Good morning and happy Monday, everyone. It's actually a rather beautiful day outside, very sunny, and I was actually outside for a bit. It's not bad. I mean, I would still recommend you wear a jacket, but still very nice all the same. Now let's get to my low and my high act of kindness because I have a lot to talk about today. What's my low? You know what? Once again, I'm going to have to make a bunch of shorts to make up for the ones I didn't do over the weekend, so I'll have to do that. Actually, I only have to do like maybe 3 instead of 4, so that won't be so bad. What's my high? My high is, I got to see my family yesterday, got to spend the day with them, as well as my act of kindness is helping my parents watch my nephews. Also, yeah, the Bills won, which is awesome. Speaking of which, it is time for me to go over all the games from yesterday, as well as make an NFL pick today, and we have a One Piece Manga Chapter to read. So, let's get started. Let me get everything ready. Okay, so, on Thursday, I was 1-0 going in because the Ravens had beaten the Dolphins. Okay, so, let's see. I said the 49ers would beat the Giants. I wound up being correct, so that's 2-0. I said the Chargers would win, so that's 3-0. I actually had the Lions beating the Vikings, but I was wrong with that, so that makes it 3-1. Okay. A hiccup right there. I was correct about the Patriots beating the Falcons, so that's 4-1. However, I was incorrect about the Steelers winning, so that makes it 4-2. Okay. I was correct about both the Broncos and the Bears winning, so that's 6-2. Let me scroll down a little more to see the rest of the games. I was actually incorrect about the Panthers winning, so that's 6-3 now. Wow, okay. I was right about the Rams winning. And I was right about the Jaguars winning, so that's 8-3. Okay. I was right about the Bills winning, and I was right about the Seahawks winning. So that makes my record overall for this weekend so far in week 9 is, if I can get it up real fast, I'm now 10-3 on week 9. Cool. Now then, I have one pick to make this evening, and this will be pick number 135, and funny enough, it's the Cardinals and the Cowboys. Actually, I don't think both teams are doing even particularly that good. Oh. The Cardinals are 2-5? Right, because the Cardinals had a bye week, too. That might be what happened. You know what? Even though I have little faith in the Cowboys, I still think they could probably win this. So, yeah. I'm picking the Dallas Cowboys to beat the Arizona Cardinals. Okay, so that was pick 135. That's crazy. Now then, let's get to... I believe this should be the 29th One Piece Manga Chapter of 2025. Let me look that up real quick. I want to say it's 29. Yeah, it's the 29th One Piece Manga Chapter of 2025. Awesome. Now, with that said, One Piece Chapter 1164, Davy Blood. Ooh. Actually, I mean, listen. I kind of have a sense where this is going, but even if I didn't, like, that just sounds like a really cool title for anything, really. I love the reader request. Perona chasing a rabbit while chasing a rabbit with a watch. Oh, just like Alice in Wonderland. Cool. Now then, let's get started. Okay, it looks like he picked up where we last left off. Everyone's looking. Roger, Garp, Newgate, Kaido, and Big Mom are all looking at rocks being don't be reversied. Davy D. Jones was once the king of the world. And it was like, silence, he never was. Ooh, okay. Ooh, I like how he said how Rox is resisting being don't be reversed. Like, persistent thou art. Okay, I like how Emu says, the grievance between Mu, himself, and Davy has nothing to do with thee. And Rox is like, why are you so panicked over something as trivial as the Davy name? It's kept you terrified for years, hasn't it? Ooh. The thought that Davy's will might be passed down and one day come for you to fulfill the promise. Oh, dude. Dude. This is cold right here. It's getting good, too. Okay, what's more frightening to you? Davy D. Jones or Joy Boy? Huh. I think this just confirms something. Because for a long time, a lot of One Piece fans thought that Davy D. Jones and Joy Boy were the same person. They're not. Huh. That's interesting. Okay, and Moo's like, cease thy dreaming. Their kind will never be seen again once I eradicated thee. Oh no. It looks like Emu's plan is going to be trying to convince the Giants to join him. Because after everything Harold's done, you know, they're harmless and conflicted, apparently. Like, and even Rock's like, don't you mess with them. All they just want is peace. Wow. And Rock's just got Domi reversing. And Rox is attacking. Wow. Rox just knocked out Kaido in his dragon form. Big Mom is attacking him, and she also asks if Rox got bigger, which actually that's what Domi Reversi does. It not only turns you into a demon, but actually makes you taller. Okay. Knocks out Big Mom. Going after Whitebeard. Okay. Alright. Whitebeard has that look on his face where, by the way, Newgate and Whitebeard I'm going to be using interchangeably. That's a face like, okay, something's wrong here. And I gotta be serious. And I gotta be serious, but remember this is rocks. So rather than use my weapon against rocks, I'll just use my dough for... Basically, he's holding himself back. Because he still doesn't want to kill rocks. Okay. Hold on. Oh, dude. They knocked over one of the mountains on God Valley. That's crazy. Everyone's panicking over all the commotion. Dragon's feeling upset because he lost Shanks. Ooh. It appears that Kuma sees someone in the distance. Some of the Rocks pirates are kind of turning on each other. Oh no! Rocks is about to attack Eris and Teach. Huh. This is just my dialogue from Eris. I'm sorry, dear. You had to face off in order to save us, but it was too early, wasn't it? Right, because Rocks had a plan. He needed 2 certain Devil Fruit powers, King Harold on his side, as well as the ancient giants of Galley Law to enact his plan. And he had none of those. Wow. I get the feeling that even if Rocks was able to enact every facet of his plan, I'm not entirely sure it would have worked. Or at least not be easy. So it would still be very difficult to do, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, wait, what the? Oh, Kuma! Kuma! Yeah! Oh, and he poofed himself away! He saved Eris and Teach and himself before Rocks could get to him. Okay, seriously, like, Bartholomew Kuma is really starting to become, like, one of the all-time greatest heroes in One Piece ever. I mean, to many people he already was, but this just, like, this makes it so much grander in the scheme of things. And that's actually something really interesting about the manga as a whole. Because, and I actually heard Liam of the Grand Line Review say this once. Reading the One Piece manga is like paying attention to stocks. Somewhere down the line, a panel that you read X number of years ago will have a huge payoff down the line. And I'm starting to see some of that happen here. I mean, technically I've seen it several times in the past, but I never would have noticed that before until someone else said it. Okay. Shout out to the Grand Line Review. Okay. And next. Wait, is Rox using the voice of all things to talk to Roger and Garb? I love that Garp and Roger's standing side by side. Garp's like, look what a mess you are. And Roger's like, can't let you go after my crew. And he's using the voice of all things. Rox is using the voice of all things. He says, please, just kill me. This is the standoff. Okay. Up until this flashback started, we only had hints of what happened on the God Valley incident. All we know is that Garp and Roger faced off against Rox. This is that moment. Oh my gosh. And yeah. They don't have a choice, they do have to kill him. Because Rox has been Domi reversing. I don't know what the next chapter will bring. I mean, here's the thing. For all intents and purposes, we're still in the Loki flashback. And eventually, we need to talk about why Loki wound up killing Harold. Although, based off of what I'm seeing here, I think Harold also wound up being Domi reversing. But we'll have to wait to find out and see. I mean, we might get a few panels of Roger and Garb fighting Rox. But I don't know. It seems so crazy to me. So okay, we get it. You're compensating for something. Calm down. Yeah, man, this chapter was awesome. I'm glad that there's no break next week because, hey, we're going to get to chapter number 30 this year. Cool. Like, chapter 30 is probably going to break next week. Chapter 31. Maybe we won't get a break then. And, yeah. It's looking like we're going to end 2025 with 32 or 33 manga chapters. Okay. It's not bad. I mean, we had 32 last year, which was actually the lowest, so we're about to get the same again. Of course, we get 33, that's technically better, so yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Man, can you tell it's Monday? Can you tell I'm tired? With all that said, this past weekend was wonderful. I had the greatest Halloween probably ever. Family time, whole bunch of stuff, and you know what? I'm ready to take on this week with purpose. I hope you like this video. If you'd like to subscribe to YouTube channel on social media, as always, I'm your home video for all you guys watching your video. We have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. And remember, if you guys want to talk to them, we're here to let them know always back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.